with the theme of the yellow pages, I'm going to talk a little bit about Symantec and an idea about growing top-line revenue growth at Symantec that we had. And our idea was yellow shoes idea, personalization. So just keeping up with that theme. So let me talk a little bit about Symantec. Symantec, as most of you may know, we are the fourth largest software company, industry leader in software security, disaster recovery and backup solutions. Practically every single Fortune 500 company uses our software to keep them safe and to back up and preserve all the key digital assets that you have. So we're not only industry leaders in the enterprise security, but also at home and on your personal computers. You probably recognize our brand as Norton. So what I'm going to talk a little bit about today is specifically about our consumer products, the Norton products, and our journey in how we grew the consumer brand, our product, and our top-line revenue. So, just setting up a little bit of a context, we started with selling our Norton product years ago in standard retail stores. And then in the early 90s, people like Al Gore and others invented the internet, and things started to happen on the internet. And we noticed that, people are starting to, use this as a medium to start buying stuff. So we thought, let's just, make it easier for our customers to renew their product. And there was not a big vision because the internet was still happening. So a small in-house solution was put together to just see if this idea will play out. Will people use an online mechanism? Will they be interested in renewing their software online? And, this started to grow. Actually, the internet started to grow. People started to transact online. And suddenly, this small in-house platform that we built could not manage this tremendous growth that the internet provided in terms of commerce. And so people were buying our product because the internet was growing, so they needed more protection, which meant more customers for us, but it also meant that our in-house solution could no longer cope up with that solution. So what did we do? Well, let's use an outsourced provider to provide that entire e-commerce. Because we didn't have a core competency in that. We were security providers. We built software. We said, let's just use somebody to do this work for us. And we were with that outsourced provider for several years. And suddenly the business was pretty big. It was close to $2 billion. $2 billion that our outsourced provider was now managing. And while the business was pretty good, it was big, did we really understand our customers? Did we really understand how we can penetrate that market further? It's very hard to do when something this big becomes outsourced and you don't have a very good context to how those customers are interacting and you don't understand the data. So here comes the first big idea that we had. We said, let's own the customer dialogue. We now are an internet era. Everything is digital. We should be able to own that customer relationship. So we decided to build a technical and business competency in managing those transactions with our customers and really saying, how do we really own that customer dialogue and build and start growing the top line revenue? And we came up with the crazy idea that let's insource this back in. Talking about when I took this idea the first time within the company and said we're going to build our own platform, we had no business capability. We had no technical capability to do this at this scale. $2 billion to migrate is not a trivial task. And so obviously, as we heard yesterday at a lot of the sessions, you get water hosed when you take big ideas up. And so you do have to have thick skin to be persistent with your ideas. And fortunately, the executives gave us the support that we needed, and the board agreed, and we moved forward with this idea. So we built a big platform, and it's been, we partnered with HCL. HCL did a tremendous job for us, and we have now built our own e-commerce ecosystem. It's massive, it's big. We do about $2 billion online. And we continue to see a tremendous opportunity for us. It's the first time where we finally had so much visibility to how our customers are interacting with us and what else we can do in really providing our customers with the value services that they're looking for. How big is e-commerce for us? Well, we are #1 in software sales online. Number 5 in the top consumer brands that sell online, so right after Apple, Dell, Sony, HP. And again, you may not think of Symantec or Norton being such a big online e-commerce provider, but just the size and scale of our business is pretty big. And right now, we rank in the top 33 leading internet companies on the internet for commerce. Not talking about security, but just for talking about e-commerce. So just to give you a perspective of size and scale. And we see a big opportunity for us with not just selling our own software, but what else we can do with this platform to create new business opportunities for Symantec to drive more secure transaction-based e-commerce. So we then had another idea. Okay, we did this, we did the transition. Our initial focus was let's migrate the business off of them from the outsource, insource it. Big focus in making sure the transition went well. But we realized, something was missing. And what was missing, what I found was that we were getting millions of hits on our website, but the conversion obviously was in the low digits. And every 0.5% conversion increase that we do translates into millions of dollars for us based on the high volume of traffic that we're getting. So what we decided is, I think we need to really, maybe we're not treating our customers differently and uniquely. And so we said, let's give them what they want. We were giving everybody one same experience. You land on the page, you see the same set of products. There's no tailored experience based on which country you're coming from, which demographic you are coming from. If you're a grandmom trying to look for new security software, is it easy for you to understand when you land on our homepage? And so we said, let's create a Yellow Shoes experience.
Over 200 million people visit the Norton store every year, but for a long time we had little insight into who these customers were. We used to outsource management of our online store to a third party. We were able to fulfill orders, but the shopping experience was one size fits all. Sometimes we got it right, sometimes we didn't. We realized that we had to get closer to our customers to learn more about them, to offer a more individually tailored experience. We needed the tools to analyze customer differences. And while we've already taken the first important steps, we know we must do better. Now that we've taken full control of our online store, we can go beyond the basics and really get to know our customers firsthand. Since every customer has their own particular preferences, we will adjust our shopping experience to fit. And since every customer has their own unique needs, we will customize our offerings to match. Every customer is different, and by knowing them better, we will offer a truly personalized experience that not only meets their basic expectations, but often exceeds them.
So how do you deliver to this Yellow Shoes experience? And it's pretty simple. What we are looking at is really looking at new innovative ideas to leveraging technology, and primarily where we are focused and going next is predictive modeling. We have hundreds and hundreds of attributes of who visits our store. It's very similar to anybody walking down different aisles of a shopping aisle, and knowing how a customer is navigating through those pages. We now know what browser they're coming from, what country they're coming from, what locale they're coming from, what demographics they're coming from. Understanding those attributes is really what we are after, and predictive modeling is really using statistics to predict the propensity to buy and really tailoring the experience dynamically. What I liked about what Vivek from TIPCO was talking about yesterday, the 2-second experience, actually, he's got a great idea there, and we're leveraging something similar. We're saying it should be 2-second merchandising. As soon as somebody lands on the store, there should be enough intelligence built behind the system in leveraging data that is sitting in our databases, not for reporting or analytics purposes, but for us to instantly understand who that customer is and create dynamic offers and merchandise the store and the landing experience for that customer. So that's the journey we're on. We're doing hundreds and hundreds of tests in how customers are reacting and choosing which experience works the best. And really, from looking at the entire spectrum of hundreds of attributes that we are collecting, the browser type, and segmenting our customers and scoring based on every single attribute, and then really providing that tailored experience. So what's next for us? So we're already in the process of implementing all these different ideas based on predictive modeling. The next thing is really creating a culture within the company that fosters an environment for turning the entire organization into generating ideas. And we have actually created an ecosystem where we have created sites where people can submit ideas in how we can improve top-line growth. And anybody in the organization that is dedicated to e-commerce can come up with ideas, and we rate and score those ideas and then push them to production as quickly as possible and test them. One thing we have tons of traffic, and it's easy to test quickly. Don't drive for perfection, test, and then fine-tune based on customer feedback. So some new ideas that we are in the process of working. We are launching our mobile commerce. We are launching something we're calling as embedded commerce. So when you are using our product, your entire product, the commerce experience is embedded within the product. You never leave the product. And then, of course, we're also looking to, as I mentioned earlier, we've built such a massive assets, the technology asset and also a business asset, and how do we really externalize and create new pivot opportunities for Symantec, primarily in the secure transaction management business. So we are exploring some new business ideas. And we are also now not only using the same asset for our consumer brand, but we are also extended the same capability into our enterprise band, primarily to serve our small, medium businesses. And lastly, the new thing, which is F-commerce. We have actually now launched a very integrated experience that we're working with Facebook, where we are going to work with Facebook and secure Facebook customers and Facebook profiles. Hopefully all of you are using Facebook. You'll very soon see our Norton brand very tightly embedded within Facebook. So a lot of new ideas, and thank you for the time.